What is this? Okay, then. What up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Mike Waltrades coming at you this morning with a video that was requested, and it's a video I haven't done in a very long time. You know what I mean? Yo, first things first, like we see, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications as we make our way to 2K. So let me explain. First off, shout outs to the author, you know what I'm saying, Cartier Julian. Check him up on Amazon, bestseller. You know what I'm saying, get his books, hashtag buy my books. And you can turn pages and get to chapter 12 with Prime Gaming. No, this isn't a sponsored video. But he posted in the comment section of my video yesterday that, hey, I should do an AEW predictions video. And for those who don't know, yo, I love wrestling, and we haven't done a predictions video or anything like that in years. Like, you would have to go back in the annals of YouTube to find any wrestling content or whatever else they used to cover. So it's freaking Full Gear, probably the biggest show that they had this year. Yeah, bigger than All Out. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about it. So I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions. I think I'm gonna give who I think should win, etc., etc. So let's get to it. So on the buy-in, they're doing Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter. Versus Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida, right? Now let's be real. I'm gonna be real about this for a moment. You know what I'm saying, with the whole media thing that happened with Tony Khan and whatever else, you know what I'm saying, and Denise Salcedo, whatever. Like, legit, I think the only reason this is on the buy-in is so they can get more women's wrestling on the card. Because for those who don't know, women's wrestling has been a big talking point in AEW. Like, y'all thought WWE was bad with women's wrestling and how long they let certain people do matches and whatnot. Yeah, AEW's kind of bad too. Anyway, again, this is a match that I think was put on the card. I honestly think Thunder Rosa and Shida have to win. You know what I mean? Like, there's no benefits to having Nyla Rose win or Jamie Hayter, so that way Thunder Rosa can continue to work towards Redacted. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that while we go through the video. MJF versus Darby Allen. Now, see, I'm two ways about this. You know what I mean? It's eventually you're gonna have to have MJF lose a singles match, right? But do you have, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really consider losing to Jericho. I don't think that counts, because it was Jericho against the wall, back against the wall versus MJF career and whatever else. So I don't really think that counts. I mean, like, without something on the line, eventually he's gonna have to lose one. But I don't think MJF needs to lose to Darby Allen. See, MJF's probably like the best heel that AEW has. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think MJF was beating Cody. Like I said, MJF has beaten Jericho numerous times. I don't think it makes sense to have MJF lose to Darby Allen. I think Darby Allen can take a loss, and he can rebound from it and keep going. If MJF does loses, it's like, let's be real, it's gonna be because of Wardlow. Like, that's just reality. If he loses, it's going to be because of Wardlow, and maybe him and Wardlow start beefing and feuding. I think the right thing is to have MJF win this match. Yeah, I mean, just to keep building him up. You know what I mean? Because he said it himself. He's one of the 4 pillars of AEW. Him, Darby Allen, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara. He made that statement. I completely agree with it. You know what I mean? If AEW was around for the next 5 or 10 years, those are going to be your guys. So, I mean, we're getting a little preview of it now, but I think MJF should win this. Falls Count Anywhere match between the Super Clique, you know what I'm saying, the Young Bucks and Adam Cole, baby, versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage. Don't at me in this when I say this, but I think the Super Clique needs to win this. Legit, I think they need to win this. You know, I don't think a loss hurts Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and Christian is pretty much a made man, so you don't need to have him lose. You don't need to have him win. But Adam Cole, that dude needs a win. Adam Cole's been doing Rampage and whatever else. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is like his first pay-per-view with the company. I mean, unless you want to count the end of All Out, but are we really counting that? His first pay-per-view match. How about that? Let's go with that. You know what I mean? And I think that you have to let the Super Click win. And I think you have Adam Cole. Don't pin Jungle Boy. Pin Luchasaurus or pin Christian. Yeah, I mean, hell, Christian can eat the loss and he'll be okay. But don't pin Jungle Boy, because Jungle Boy is still hot. You know what I'm saying? And the crowd pops for Jungle Boy. Plus, he's got his, you know what I'm saying? He's got his hardcore facial hair now and everything else. You know what I mean? Yo, no shade November. Yo, Jungle Boy taking it real. So, but like I said, normally I wouldn't say the Young Bucks need to win anything, because, you know, the Young Bucks, but Adam Cole does need a win. And they did just take that loss to the Lucha Bros for the titles at All Out in that amazing cage match. So I guess now that I think about it, I guess they all need to win, huh? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam. I'm gonna go with the Super Click. You know, and then plus you guys saw, if you guys didn't see on Rampage last night, you know, Bobby Fish did embrace Adam Cole last night, and after the match with Jungle Boy. So we might be seeing some, you know what I'm saying? We might be seeing that spicy UE in AEW, especially since Kyle O'Reilly's contract's supposed to be coming up soon. Anyway, Pac and Cody Rhodes taking on Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Let me just say, if Charlotte's not in attendance, or Ashley Flair, if she's not in attendance, I will be disappointed. You know what I mean? Because she might as well be there to stand by her man. Let's be real about this. I feel bad for Pac. I do, because he's teamed up with Cody Rhodes going against Andrade and Malachi Black. So unless they implode from the inside, this should be easy claps for I almost called him Alistair, for Malachi and Andrade. Like, real talk. And then let it die. I'm tired of seeing Cody getting involved with freaking Malachi Black. How does this dude a face and he's constantly getting booed? And yo, he's still coming out in the Homelander gimmick. Like, legit, this dude is still coming out in the Homelander attire. Let it die. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, let Cody lose. In a dream world, in a dream match scenario, Pac would turn on Cody and cost Cody to win, I guess, to keep him strong. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, that Cody needs to lose. Which I'm confused about this whole Cody thing, because remember when Cody lost that he can't get a world title shot or whatever else, you know what I'm saying? And he's not going TNT title, so he's just like, he's floating there in limbo. Like, I don't know if somebody needs to go back and revisit that and, like, you know, really sit and think about that and fix it. Maybe. Next match on the card, we have the Inner Circle. You know what I'm saying? We have Inner Circle taking on Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and America's Top Team with Dan Lambert. We don't even need to talk about this match because we already know who's winning. Don't matter if they got Junior Dos Santos and Andre Arlovsky. It don't matter. We already know the Inner Circle's winning this. And especially since it's a street fight. It's a Minneapolis street fight. Yo, I hope they go back to the days of like Jericho and Dean Malenko. Yo, I'm saying, remember when they were like fighting all over the place? You know what I'm saying? All over the doggone ring. They were fighting outside and stuff back in WCW. Yo, I want to see something like that. Do that, right? But real talk, we know the Inner Circle's winning. Like, it just is what it is. We know the Inner Circle's winning, and we know Dan Lambert's eating the pin. Like, let's be real about this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dan Lambert's gonna probably bark orders to Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky and whatever else, etc., etc. You know what I mean? And Dan Lambert's really not gonna get physical until Chris Jericho gets his hands on him. You know, I mean, if I remember correctly, didn't Jericho get powerbombed through a table Wednesday? Question mark. Inner Circle's winning this. You know what I mean? You know who I feel bad about in this scenario, though? I feel bad for my guy, Sammy Guevara, the TNT champion. My guy, Sammy Guevara, should have a title match on this show, and he should be defending. But because this Inner Circle thing is going on with the freaking America's Top Team, yeah. The only way America's Top Team wins this as if legit somebody debuts for AEW or somebody comes out of the locker room from the back and they interfere with this. Real talk. The finals for the World Title Eliminator Tournament. Miro versus Bryan Danielson. Let me just first start off by saying that this potentially could be the match of the night. You know what I mean? Like, this match right here might be your match of the night. Real talk. And I'm torn because it's like, I want Miro to win. But I'm also torn because I want Bryan Danielson to win. I think, and this is just real talk right now, whoever wins this match, they're winning, you know what I'm saying? That's going to determine the winner of the main, you know what I'm saying, of the AEW title. So let's be real. If Miro wins, Hangman's going over. If Bryan wins, Kenny's winning. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to do a heel versus heel like feud. You're just not going to do that. And you're not going to do face versus face. I mean, you could, but Kenny's going to want to chase if he does lose to Adam Page. I think the right call is that Miro wins this. I really do. I think Miro needs to win. So, you know what I'm saying? So he can go home and his wife can celebrate him. Speaking of which, maybe that's how Miro wins tonight. Maybe CJ comes out and costs young Danielson the W. You know, I don't want to see him win. I don't want to see Miro win clean, was what I'm saying. I don't want to see him throw Danielson in the game over. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, it if you're flexible, it doesn't even look like it's really that effective for one. But unless he's gonna go back to the old you know what I'm saying, back to the traditional like camel clutch, then cool. But I think his wife needs to come out and interfere and cost Bryan the match. Real talk. Like, I need Miro to win, but I need him to win dirty, so that way Bryan doesn't look weaker. I mean, you can keep telling the story about Bryan building himself up to get back to Kenny Omega. You know, you don't want to rush that storytelling. So I think that's the route that you go. I think Miro should win this. You know what I mean? Because let him win and then let the crowd just be so upset and get building up for later in the night. You know what I mean? The match that I'm actually surprised that I'm the most invested in on this card, CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. Okay, despite me being a CM Punk fan, you know what I mean? Like, I'll personally say it. I feel like his matches have been lackluster since he's gotten back. Like, but he's, you know what I'm saying? He's playing the getting off his ring rust thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's shaking it off like a Taylor Swift song. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because this match is built up off of an altercation after Eddie Kingston's match, with Punk just sitting there cutting a promo with Tony Schiavone. And then it got real. You know what I mean? Like, their promos just got real. The heat got real. And within 2 weeks, they've made this probably the most hated feud on that card, even more than the World Championship. Again, I'm torn because Eddie Kingston should win this, but I think they're going to give it to Punk. The only reason I see you give this to Punk is that Punk is turning heel, and you guys they're going to continue doing Eddie versus Punk for a couple months. If they're not doing that, and this is just a blow-off match, just something to put on the card to get Punk on the card and Kingston on the card, they'll let Eddie Kingston win. You know what I mean? Eddie Kingston's probably the best talker in AEW, like, bar none. Best talker. And I'm putting him above MJF. You know what I mean? Eddie Kingston, and when he speaks, you feel what he's saying. That's the good thing about it, man. Yo, a worker who can get you to feel what they're saying is freaking phenomenal. And when Eddie Kingston speaks, you can feel what he's saying. And real talk, I'll be real with you. When CM Punk talks, it doesn't hit the same anymore. You know what I mean? I think that Eddie Kingston should win this, but they're going to give it to Punk because you have to keep building Punk up slowly. Again, slow builds, because eventually Punk's going to go towards the AEW championship. Eventually. And if that's the case, you know what I mean? and you have heel Punk waiting in the wings. If Miro wins, you know what I'm saying, and goes and faces Redacted, and then Miro loses, you've got somebody else waiting in the wings, working their way up the ladder and getting there. The AEW Tag Team Championships, the Lucha Bros, Penta, and you know what I'm saying, Rey Fenix taking on FTR. I almost said the Revival. AEW. FTR already has the AAA Lucha Tag Team titles, right? I think that you should give it to FTR. I think FTR, you know what I'm saying, they're not as injury prone. You know what I mean? Well, okay, I'll take that back. They haven't been as injury prone since they've been in AEW. I think that they should do a swap of the belts. You know what I mean? Let FTR win the AEW Tag Team Championships at Full Gear, and you know what I'm saying, and then let the Lucha Bros beat them at AAA. Swap out the belts. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Give FTR the AEW straps. Legit. I think that should be the move. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great match. It's not gonna be match tonight, but it's gonna be in the top 3. You know what I mean? I think FTR should win this though. But again, it's what I think should happen. But I have a feeling that the Lucha Bros are going to win. So I'm going to say Lucha Bros are going to win, but I think FTR should take the W. That's just my own opinion. And all this is my opinion, so let's be real. The AEW's World Championship, Women's World Championship, top between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And I hope I put a gif of her doing that over me doing that right now. And Ty Conti. Yo, let me just say, Ty, she's been out here giving cats that work. She's gotten a hell of a lot better since she's been in AEW. And not saying she was bad at first. I'm saying she's gotten better. And she just seems happier with more what she's doing. But if ever there was a predictable match on this card, we already know Britt Baker's winning. Like, real talk. Britt Baker's winning, and Britt Baker's going to hold that belt for at least another 6 months, you know what I mean, until we get to Double or Nothing or back to another All Out, so her and Thunder Rosa can throw hands, because that's what the people want to see. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, DMD. Okay? Ty Conti, glad you're getting a title shot. I'm glad you're getting a check, you know what I'm saying, getting hit the pay window, cashing out, but not Britt Baker. I'm just saying, like, legit, Britt Baker's like top 3. You know what I mean? Plus, Ty Conti doesn't have Rebel and doesn't have Jamie Hayter in their corner. Just saying. I mean, Anna Jay's there, but you know what I'm saying, no, it's gonna be Britt Baker. Like I said, this was the easiest match to call on the whole thing. You know, and also this is the reason why they are doing that women's tournament for the TBS Championship. Because they know, AEW and Tony Khan, they know that Britt Baker is the face of AEW's women wrestling. So how do you get somebody like Jade Cargill? You know what I'm saying? Because she's that. You know what I'm saying? How do you get somebody like her or Ruby Soho to get some shine too? You make a whole nother belt and use the reasoning that they're going to network. Oh, BT Dubs, I think Jade Cargill's going to win the TBS Championship, but that's neither here nor there. The AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega, you know what I'm saying, versus Hangman Adam Page. Okay. There's 2 schools of thoughts to this. Do you let Kenny Omega win and let him keep going? Or do you do what you should have done and pull the trigger on Adam Page? This is long-term storytelling, ladies and gents. If you guys remember the press conference back in January 2019 when they first announced AEW, and Hangman was like, yeah, I am going to be world champion. This is 2 years of storytelling between him and Omega, between him leaving the Elite and him breaking up with Kenny and being tag team partners, etc., etc. Look, they signed my man's contract in blood. If Hangman doesn't win tonight, not only have you missed a golden opportunity to like make a star, but who's gonna be Kenny? Like real talk moment. If Adam Page doesn't beat Kenny Omega tonight, who's beating him? Because he's beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? The bout machine is literally beating everybody. The only people he haven't been in the ring with yet You know what I'm saying? It's Punk, and that's no. Kenny should drag Punk. I like Punk. We should drag Punk. And Bryan Danielson. Now, you could keep the belt on Kenny Omega, and then you could work to Danielson and Omega, but that should be further down the line. I think, you know what I'm saying, Kenny Omega said in the interview, I think it was with Sports Illustrated, that they did Okada and him like too fast. Like, and then when they finally got to 4, Okada and Kenny 4, you know what I'm saying, like, it was finally the right time. And I think it's one of the things where it's like, you let it simmer. You can let Kenny Omega lose. For the love of Jiminy Cricket, you let Kenny Omega lose the freaking the Impact World Championship on Rampage to Christian Cage. So you can let Kenny lose and it won't hurt him. If anything, let Kenny lose and give us the cleaner. Give us the cleaner Kenny Omega. Because he's been teasing it over the last couple months, but we haven't gotten it because he's still on this goofball-ish. Like I said, whoever wins the world title eliminator tournament, that's who's going to champion. If Miro wins, Hangman's winning. If Bryan Danielson wins, Kenny Omega's winning. Like that's just reality. Because that's the next contender for the strap. So they kind of booked themselves in a corner with that, you know what I mean? Unless Tony Khan's savvy and then lets Bryan Danielson win this tournament and then Hangman still wins. And then they try to do some best freaking best buddy, yo, let's freaking have it up and tear it up kind of crap. The thing is, you don't see a lot of triple threat title matches in AEW. I think the only one I can remember recently was actually Omega, Orange Cassidy, and Pac. Legit, I think that's the only one I can think of. Because they usually like to do one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think there's been a fatal 4-way yet. So Adam Page has to win tonight. If you like your company and you don't want to see an upset crowd in Minneapolis tonight, you send the people going home and you have them feeling good with Adam Page winning. It give them that cowboy. Anyway, those are my thoughts, opinions, predictions, or whatever. Like I'm saying, shout out to Cartier. He wanted this video, so you got it. You know what I mean? I gave you what you wanted. I gave you what you needed. Yo, if you like this content, you know what I'm saying? Yo, make sure that you hit the like button. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Yo, turn on notifications. You know what I mean? And let me know. Do you think my predictions are wrong? Do you think that that freaking they're right? Do you disagree with any of my choices? Do you agree with my choices? Do you guys like this? Let me know. We could do more of this for like pay-per-views. Like I said, used to do this back in the day, in the way back machine of YouTube. And myself and D-Lo, indie wrestler D-Lo Diggs. Yo, support indie wrestling. Yeah, support indie wrestling. Now more than ever. You know what I mean? Support indie wrestling, please. I mean, it costs like $10-15. If you're in the Wisconsin area, you know what I'm saying, GLCW Blizzard Brawl is happening next month, and you can see Adam Shear, aka Braun Strowman, and EC3, and you know what I mean, like just a bunch of cats that you guys know. It's gonna be at this huge event in Waukesha, Wisconsin. So you know what I'm saying, that I say that to say support indie wrestling. All right, that's you know what I'm saying, do that and support minor companies in your area. You know what I mean, because you never know who can be the breakout star from that. And my money's on D-Lo Diggs, 2 times Black Lives Matter Battle Royal winner. Black Wrestlers Matter. I said Black Lives Matter. Black Wrestlers Matter. You know what I'm saying, look them up. They're good shows. Anyway, I'm Mike Well Trades. Thanks guys for watching, and support indie wrestling. Later.